Hello, Cass. Hello, Lauren. Hello, Aiden. And today we plan to, actually also join us. Perfect. So today we are going to practice problems in section 8.5, annuities. Annuities. Okay, let's see the definition of annuity. This is my table note for annuity. The definition is right here. An annuity is a sequence of equal payments made at equal time periods. So an annuity is a certain type of investment plan. Keywords in the definition of annuity is equal payments and equal time periods. So for example, you deposit or invest in an account every month, the end of every month, or the end of every year, a fixed amount of money. That kind of investment plan is an annuity. All right, let me repeat the definition. An annuity is a type of investment plan, and you deposit equal payments at equal time periods. In real world, IRA is a good example for annuity. IRA stands for Individual Retirement Account. All right, so that's the definition of annuity. By the way, annuity, we have two types of annuity in reality. One is ordinary annuity. Ordinary annuity. The other type of annuity is annuity deal. In our book, our section, we only cover ordinary annuity. Then what's the difference between ordinary annuity and annuity deal? Both of them are annuity, means you deposit a certain amount of money at a equal time period, right? But ordinary annuity is you deposit the payment at the end of each period. For example, the end of every month, the end of every quarter, the end of every year. On the other hand, annuity deal is you deposit the money the beginning of each time period, the beginning of every month, the beginning of every quarter, or the beginning of every year. All right, so that's the difference between ordinary annuity and annuity deal. Yeah, again, our class only cover ordinary annuity, means you invest the equal amount of payment the end of each time period, the end of each equal time period. All right, so with the definition understood, let's go to section 8.5 in MATLAB Math and practice problems in this section. Annuity. Okay. We have 26 questions in this section. This section is a challenging section, and students normally realize they really need a good calculator. They really need to get a TI-84 calculator to make their job easier. That's the thing I have been stressing in my videos. First question, rounding. Okay, I'm gonna let you to do those problems. We do not waste time on that. This is also easy. Number 3, skip. Number 4, skip. I have seen this type of problem 3 sections in a row. Question number 5. Okay, let's see this. This is about a stock, right? Okay, so shares of ownership in a company are called stock. Even you just own one share of the company, you own one piece of the company ownership. If you sell shares for more money than what you paid for them, you have a gain. You have a capital gain on the sale. Some companies distribute all or part of their profits to shareholders as dividends. My video of this section did not cover information about stock or bonds, mainly focus on annuity, but information about stocks and bonds are not very difficult to understand because we only cover the most basic concepts. Yeah, once you start the homework and work on those questions, you would have a basic understanding about those type of investments. Next, with what type of IRA? You pay taxes on the money you deposit, but you can withdraw your earnings tax-free beginning when you are, okay, so this is Roth IRA, okay? We mainly have two types of IRA, individual retirement account. Traditional IRA is tax deferred, means you do not pay taxes on the money you deposit in an account. But when you withdraw the money after you retire, you would have to pay tax on it. So that is traditional IRA. Traditional IRA is designed for people who make more money when they are younger and make less money after they retire. Majority of us are the case, right? But Roth IRA is different. Roth is the name of a senator. He is one of the sponsor or supporter of passing this new type of IRA. So they named this type of IRA after him. So Roth IRA. Roth is the name of a senator. The different thing about the Roth IRA is you do have to pay taxes on the money you deposit. It's not tax deferred. The benefit of a Roth IRA is after you retire, after you withdraw the money, so you invest the money in an account, right? Even you have to pay tax on it, but you can use the money in an account to earn more money, not just the interest. You can probably invest in stocks. Yeah, suppose you have a lot of capital gains in an account, and you can just withdraw them after you retire. You can take them out and spend them, and you do not have to pay tax on those money. Means you do not need to pay tax on your gain, the interest in your IRA, Roth IRA account. That matters a lot to many people. So the earnings in an account in Roth IRA is tax-free, always, not just now, in the future. It is completely tax-free. Yeah, as you see here, you can withdraw your earnings, your earnings tax-free, beginning, okay? So when you are how many years old? 59.5 years old. Yeah, you can see that information in our guided note. I covered that a little bit in my video as well. The reason they set up this age as the border line of retirement is because by tradition or culture, people would consider retire when they get to 60-year-old, right? Yeah, I'm getting 60-year-old now. I'm considering retire. So they set 59.5 years old as the time. Yeah, before you reach that age, you are not allowed to take out. Okay, you are allowed to take out the money, but you would have to pay the penalty, tax penalty, and other fees. But once you reach this age, you can just withdraw the money, enjoy the tax-free earnings. All right, so that's some information about Roth IRA. It's different from traditional IRA. Determine whether the following statement is true or false. If the statement is false, make a necessary change. Okay, people who buy bonds are purchasing shares of ownership in a company. That is a false. People who buy stocks are purchasing ownership. Bonds, when you buy bonds, either from a company or from a government, some local government, even federal government, they sell bonds. You become the lender of the company or the government. You do not own any ownership. So this is a false. The true statement is people who buy bonds are lending money to the company from which they buy. Yeah, C. The statement is false. The true statement is people who buy a bond are lending money to the company from which they buy the bond. Next. We have two parts and we are given a table. In the table, we have the information about an annuity. All right. For the sake of time, to save time, I'm going to only use the method that I strongly recommend you grasp. And that method requires the TI-84 calculator. For the other two methods, please watch my video. The first method is to use the formula. This is the formula. Which one? And they will give you multiple and you have to select the correct formula and then plugging in. As you can see, the formulas are complicated, right? Yeah, really, I just want to make your job easier. So we are going to only use the second method, use the app in the TI-84 calculator. Let's read the question. Use the appropriate formula to find the value of the annuity. You don't have to, by the way. You just need to enter the right answer. B, find the interest. Sorry, excuse me. The value. Let's understand what is the value of an annuity. The value of an annuity is the sum of all deposits plus all interest generated from those deposits. Is right here on my table note, right here, right below the definition of annuity. So I want you to understand that the value of an annuity is the future value of the savings account, of the account. Yeah. For example, IRA. The value of an annuity is the future value of the investment. Future value. We use FV to represent the future value of the account or the value of an annuity. All right. So this is the formula to compute the value of the annuity. P here, what is the P? I think I need to explain the variables at least. P here is not principal, okay? You do not have original principal. Any annuity, the original value of the annuity is 0. You have no money in the account until your first deposit, your first payment. So P here is not principal. P here is a payment. Depends on what is your equal time period of investment. Maybe it's monthly. So if you deposit your payment on a monthly basis, P is the monthly payment. Or it could be yearly payment, right? So P here, again, in my video, I stressed that P here is a payment. I would actually, if I wrote a book, I would write that as PMT, not P. So PMT here, payment. R is the annual interest rate. T is the time in year. Yeah, how long you are going to invest in the annuity. And N here is the number of times you deposit your equal payment every year. Also is the number of your interest is compounded over 1 year, every year. Okay, so those two numbers are all the same, always the same. If you deposit your equal payment every month, then N equals 12. Every year, then N equals 1. If every quarter, then N equals 4. If you deposit your payment every half a year, then N equals 2. So understand the formula, and then you can just plug in whatever you have and then compute. And we are going to use the calculator. I want you please write down those information, guys. Write down those informations on your scratch paper right now. What information? Periodic deposit. That is the P, or the payment that I explained earlier in the formula, right? So your P is $3,000. The end of each year. End of each year. So N equals 1. And annual interest rate R equals 5.5%. Also compounded annually. So the number of times the interest is compounded every year is the same with the number of times you deposit your payment every year. Always the same. And the time in year is 25. Okay, so now I assume you already write down those information. We are going to share my calculator and show you how do we use the calculator to quickly get a problem done. Okay, we have Ashley, Aiden, Lauren, Layan, and we are missing Natalia. Okay, so let me share my camera. Okay, if you have not watched my video, this is probably the first time you see the method. Okay, so let's go to the app, APPS. Oh, let me turn on my calculator. Turn it on. Okay, and then go to the app, confirm finance, confirm TVM solver. Okay, so we see same thing yesterday, right? We used the same app to process compound interest problem. And today we use the same app to process annuity. So we are processing annuity problem. Capital N. So you deposit once a year. You deposit the payment once a year for how many years? 25 years. So 1 times 25. Your big N, your capital N is 25. Second item, annual interest rate, 5.5%. So we enter 5.5. 5.5%. And PV, do you remember what does PV stand for? Present value. This is time value of money solver, right? Yeah, money has present value and future value. And I want you to remember, for an annuity, the present value is always equal to 0. You start an annuity today, the value of the annuity today is 0 because there's nothing there until your first payment, right? So again, for annuity, any annuity, the present value is 0. Actually, for ordinary annuity, your present value is 0 because the first payment will be made by the end of the first year, right? In this case, so the beginning of the year, you have no money. If it's annuity deal, that's a different story, but we do not cover that. So for ordinary annuity, present value always 0. And PMT, remember what is PMT? Let's look at the information I asked you to write down. Every year you deposit $3,000, so 3000. That's your payment, right? Future value. Do we know the future value? We don't. Future value is the amount we are looking for. So you can leave 0 there, and we are going to go back shortly to solve for future value. Future value of the annuity is the value of the annuity, is the A, capital A, accumulated balance in the future. And since the interest is compounded once a year, and you deposit your payment once a year, so P per Y and C per Y, both of them are 1. Yeah, don't forget to change that. And the last bottom, the bottom line, PMT, is made at the end of the period of time or beginning. As you can see, you always just leave the N, the first item, the first option, end, highlighted. You don't even have to worry about that. Just leave that as N, default as an ordinary annuity. So now we are going to go back future value. So you can see it's blinking to the right side of the future value. And then we are going to enter alpha, enter, solve that. So the future value of the annuity in 25 years, is $153. $153,457.76. Years ago, that money is enough to buy a small house in suburban of Tulsa. All right, so let me go back the note, and I'm going to enter the answer to my lab math. Feel free to ask questions. You can just type the question anytime. What is the calculator called again? Yeah, that's a very good question. It's called TI-84 calculator. Let me spend time to explain that. But I want to make it very clear. I do not sell any calculator, and I have nothing to do with the company. TI, not IT. TI, Texas Instrument, not IT. Texas Instrument is a company. I do not own any stock of that company. Okay, I have nothing to do with the company. So let's go to Amazon. The new calculator is pretty pricey, but even it's pricey, I think it's worth the money. You might not, because you already spend so much money, so much time, energy on the course. You want to get as high as possible grade, right? So let me show you. If we go to Amazon, we enter TI-84 or 83 is the same. Graphing calculator, very popular. You will see that. Yeah, some is more expensive than others. I think they might have a rental option. Yeah, so if you buy new, that's the price. I know it's pricey, just about $100. But you know what? Another reason I use this type of calculator over the Japanese Casio calculator is because this is American brand, right? And another reason is our tutoring FAFSA, I think will cover if, oh yeah, TC's bookstore, really? Oh, your scholarship, awesome, very good, yeah. So what I want to say is our tutoring center, tutoring lab, especially the Metro tutoring lab, math lab, has around 30 TI-84 calculator. If you go to the campus in the morning and you can check out one calculator with your student ID, and you can keep the calculator for the whole day. And if you need it again, you just have to check out again. So that is also one option. All right. So if you do not want to pay, I totally understand. I don't want to pay nothing either. So you just go to the campus and check out the calculator and get familiar with the function, everything, and knowing how to use the calculator. And then on the day you go to take the test 2, in the morning you check out the calculator. Yeah, try to check out as early as possible because they have limited number of calculators. And then you go to the testing center. How's that sound? Yeah, there is a way to save money. There's a way to save money. But I strongly recommend that you need to get this calculator. Strongly recommend that. Let me enter the answer and read the information in the parentheses. Do not round until the final answer, then round to the nearest dollar as needed. Okay, let me see my result. The dollar. So 1534, 1534, 153457, 153457. Oh, we need to round it up because the tenth is 7. So 153458. Also, the future value is a negative. You just ignore the negative sign, okay? Yeah, please do not enter negative. When we enter the payment, since the payment is going out, we should enter the payment negative. I can show you later, okay, in the next question. So the future value of the annuity definitely is positive. So even you mess up the sign, just ignore that. Just ignore that. It's positive. It's correct, right? And then you will not take too much time on that. Let's see the message. Facebook Market has some for cheap too, if you don't mind buying used. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So many options. But for sure, get a one calculator for test 2. I had students regret it after test 2. Okay, so let's continue. The interest. Okay. Excuse me. What is the interest of the annuity? How do we find out the interest of the annuity? So firstly, we need to compute how much money we have been depositing in the annuity account, and then minus the interest, the future value, and then subtract the product from the future value. Okay, this is what we do. So firstly, we are going to figure out how much money we have been paying, during the 25 years. Yeah, every year 3,000 to 3 multiply by oops, sorry, let me do it again. $3,000 every year multiply by 25 years. That's how much money you invest, right? But in 25 years, you have a lot more than that. And what's the difference? Yeah, ignore the sign. I'm just going to use the smaller number to minus the bigger number. Of course, we will end up with a negative number, but ignore the negative sign. Minus the future value of the annuity, 153,458,458. And the difference is, yeah, ignore the negative sign, 78458. 78458, right? Yeah, again, the interest is the amount that you get by using the future value of the annuity to minus the money you have been paying over the 25 years. Yeah, you multiply 3,000 by 25, and then you're gonna subtract that amount from the future value of the annuity, and the difference would be the interest. That's a lot of money, right? Yeah, that's a lot of money. So annuity is a very good investment. IRA, for sure, you should consider. You especially should consider when you are younger, because the earlier you start, the more money you have in the future. Many of our questions would demonstrate that fact. This question, the value of the annuity, same as earlier, right? Okay, so please write down those information again. Yeah, write down those information again, especially the table. And we have the semi-annual payment. You see that every 6 months, that means the semi-annual payment is $110. Annual interest rate 3.5%, compounded semi-annually as well. Time is 40 years, and we need to find the value of the annuity, the future value of the account. Let's go to my calculator. Share my camera. Okay. Turn it on. Yeah, we are here already on the menu. The first entry is the big N, right? Yeah. So let me look at the information that I just wrote down. Yeah, you do too. Semi-annually, you deposit twice a year for 40 years. Twice a year for 40 years. So your capital N, your big N is going to be 80. So you are going to deposit payments 80 times, twice a year, every 6 months. So big N is 80. That is also the number of times your interest will be compounded in the account. Yes, semi-annually, twice a year for 40 years, so 80. Annual interest rate 3.5, 3.5. What is PV, guys? Let me see if you paid attention earlier. What's the present value of annuity? I'm waiting for your response. What is the PV, present value for annuity? Ordinary annuity. Yeah, please type your answer. What is the present value of an ordinary annuity? Hello? Are you guys with me? Yeah, please, I'm waiting for your response. Okay. Did you say it was 0? Yeah, it is 0. 0, not 1. You don't have a $1. You have $0. Thank you, Leon. Do we agree, guys? Are you guys paying attention? Yeah, middle of the class, check on everybody. Are you paying attention? Do you agree? Ashley? Lauren? Aiden? Okay. All right, thank you, Lauren. Okay, thank you. Perfect, yeah. Mine doesn't have a cable. I was trying to figure out the cable and the charger. I use the batteries. Yeah, four batteries. Is it triple A or whatever? Is small batteries. Okay, so the annuity is 0. The present values of annuity is 0. Okay. Yeah, payment. Let's see. What do you deposit every 6 months? 110. And future value is something we are going to solve for. So skip that. P per Y and C per Y is going to be 2 because it's semi-annual. Okay, semi-annually. So let's go back future value and alpha enter. Solve for the future value of the account. Yeah. Tell me if you have the same amount. By the syllabus, this is the content from 2 days ago that we're supposed to cover. All right, so the future value of the account is $18,897 if we round it to the nearest dollars. Let's go back. round to the nearest dollar as needed. So let me enter future value 188. Yeah, the payment we should get negative 110, by the way, negative 110 because the money going out, and future value should be positive, but you can just ignore the sign. So 18897. Okay, yeah, again, future value is positive. The payment is supposed to be negative. Interest. Let's see, you pay 110 twice a year for 40 years, so multiply by 80. That's how much money you have been paying over the 40 years. And you subtract that money from the future value of the annuity. Okay, yeah, 18897, 18897 minus 8800, that's what we got earlier, right? And is $10,097, 10097, 10097. Okay, am I clear about that? How do we use the app to find the value of an annuity very quickly? All right, so let's go to the next question. I want to find some question that requires us to find the payment exactly. So on my table now, I give you two types of questions, right? Yeah, regarding annuity, you only need to know those two types of question. The first type is to find the future value, the value of the annuity in the future. The second type of question is, you know how much money you want to have in the future. Yeah, you are certain about your financial goal in the future. You need to determine, you have an annuity option that could help you to reach the goal. What you need to determine is, what's your payment amount? Yeah, maybe every monthly, right? Monthly payment or semi-annual payment. How much you need to deposit every time a while, every time period, in order to reach the goal. So that is the second type of question. I also give you three methods. The first method is to use this formula. Okay, if you want, you can just use the formula, right? And plugging in the values and to find the value for payment. And A here is your future financial goal. Yeah, how much money you want to have in T years in the account. R is the annual interest rate. N is the number of times you're going to deposit the payment, or the number of times your interest is compounded every year. T is the time in year, in how many years you want to have that much money. And then you can determine your periodic payment in order to reach the goal. Very important thing about finding payment is you have to round it up. Yeah, I'm going to stress that when we work on the problem. So this question is a question finding the periodic payment, right? Or periodic deposit. Let me write down those information. Yeah, please do the same. I actually taking the picture on my phone, then I can see it. Yeah. So what we have is, we have the annual interest rate compounded annually. We have time in years 19. We have the financial goal of $130,000 in 19 years. That's how much money we want to have, right? Okay, so make sure you have those information, and I'm going to share my calculator. Turn on my calculator and same menu. Okay, so here, let's go to the top and read the information that we have. annually, so once a year, annually once a year for 19 years. So big N is 19. Annual interest rate 4%, so just the 4. Very convenient. You don't even have to convert to decimal. PV, again, present value. Always a 0, okay? Always 0. Ordinary annuity always have present value 0. Payment is the amount of money we are trying to find out, right? So we just skip it. Skip it. And your future financial goal, how much money you want to have in 19 years? 130,000. 130000. Okay. Since you deposit your payment once a year, and your interest is common once a year annually, your P per Y and the C per Y, both of them are just 1. Okay, both of them are just 1. And then let's go back. Payment. Yeah, knowing, be aware. What are you looking for? You are trying to solve for payment, PMT. PMT means payment. And let the thing is blinking next to payment. And then alpha enter. So we got, you see negative, right? Yeah, payment is supposed to be negative because the money going out. So you need to pay $4,698. Is that 0 or 8? Very dark, very dim here. And you know what? You have to round it up. Okay. Please copy down this decimal. Copy down this decimal, okay? 4698.0203. Copy it down, and we are going to enter the result, run the result based on the requirement of the question. I'm going to share back. Share back. What we learned in this chapter, to be honest, I think is very useful. Let's go back to my math. Okay. So read the information here. Do not round until the final answer. Then round up to. You see that? Round up to. It doesn't say round to. Every time you see round up to, you have to round it up. Even the decimal, the digit right after the decimal is less than 4, okay? Yeah, the nearest dollar. Remember the decimal you just wrote down is 4698.0203. 0.0203. By the normal rounding rule, we're supposed to round it down, right? But no, because you see here, it says round up to the nearest dollar. So the correct answer is going to be 4699. Many students mess up this. Even I have stressed that over and over again. They don't listen. I don't get it. Right? Okay, next. And this one is same. Oh, we have another part. Sorry, we have part B of this problem. How many money of the $130,000 comes from deposits, and how much money comes from the interest? Okay. To find out how much money from the deposit, then let's figure out how much money you have been depositing. You deposit 4699. $4,699 every year, right? For how many years? For 19 years. Multiplied by 19. And that's the money you have been contributing, right? So $89,281 comes from the deposit. Let me enter the answer. A9281. A9281. 89281. Okay. And the rest of the money comes from the interest, right? Okay. We just need to use 130 grand to minus the value we just got. I'm going to switch the order. I will get a negative number, but you know is your answer. You're supposed to enter a positive. Minus 130. 1, 2, 3. 40 grand, 719. 40719. 40719. All right, you see that? They specifically tell you how many money come from the interest. That's your earning. Yeah, how much money is what you have been depositing. It's like a how many percent this is. If we try to divide 40719, 40719 by 130, correct? Oh, that is over 30%. Yeah, over 30% of the financial goal comes from the interest. You contribute shy 70%. Okay. And this one is the same with earlier. Yeah. Please take a picture or write down quickly the information. And we are going to use the app. Let's look at the information. We are looking for the periodic deposit. We are given annual interest rate compounded monthly. Finally, we have something monthly. Time is 35 years. Financial goal is $1 million. Okay. So let's go to my calculator. All right, go to the app, Finance, TBM Solver, Big N. Let's look at the information we just copied. Monthly, right? Yeah, deposit each month, so 12 times a year. For how many years? 35 years, 35. So you don't even have to calculate that. The calculator will do that for you. So 12 times 35, 420. So over the longevity of the annuity, you are going to deposit 420 payments. And that number is also the number of times the interest is compounded over the 35 years. Next, annual interest rate, 7.75. 7.75. Oh, sorry, that's zero. Sorry. Go back. Yeah, annual interest rate is 7.75. 7.75. Again, present value. Present value for annuity always zero. Yeah, you should write it down and repeat it. Present value of an ordinary annuity always zero. Why? Because there's nothing there at the very beginning until your first payment. That is made at the end of the first month. The beginning of the first month, there's nothing there. Payment is something we are going to solve for, so skip it. Future value, 1 million. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 6 zeros. Okay, so you help me to figure out how do we enter the entry for P per Y and C per Y. P per Y is the number of payment every year. C per Y is the number of compounding periods every year. And you are going to deposit the payment every month. The interest is also compounded monthly. So what is the value? You know it's 12, right? 12. Yeah. If it's annually, it's 1. Semi-annually, you enter 2. Quarterly, you enter 4. Monthly, you enter 12. Let's go back. Payment. Make sure it's a payment, blinking. And then solve it. Alpha, enter. Okay, your payment, your monthly payment is negative, right? Yeah, means the money is going out. $463.42, 6 Yeah, 42606. Yeah. Please write down the decimal. Yeah, please write down the decimal. And I'm going to share back the system, and we are going to round the decimal as needed. Okay, write it down. 463.426. I'm going to go back the system. MATLAB Math. Waiting for the tunnel. That means we are sharing. Means I am sharing. Go to here. Yeah, please read the information. Do not round until the final answer, then round up to the nearest dollar. Why? Why do we need to round up always? Because if you don't do that, otherwise, you might be a little bit short to reach the $1 million financial goal. So in order to guarantee you will reach even just a little bit more than that, you need to round up, always round up the payment. What do we have there? The decimal is $463.43, right? Even the tenth is a 4, is a less than 5. You need to round it up, okay? So the answer is gonna be 464. 464. I cannot stress this more, because I have been seeing students mess up the question in the test only because of the rounding. They just do not look at they just ignore the information in the parentheses. I don't get it. I don't understand. All right, guys. So that's today. Yeah, 2 types of question about annuity. Regarding stocks, bonds, everything that you can just figure out very quickly. Or if you have any questions about that, feel free to email me. We have Power B. I think you can figure out the Power B yourself. Use 464 to multiply by 12 and multiply by 35. That amount of money comes from the deposits. And the difference between the financial goal and your deposits would be the interest. And I think you can finish that on your own. All right. Again, please feel free to email me if you have any questions. I'll see you on Monday. Yeah, today is a Thursday. I'll see you on Monday. Have a good evening. Okay, thank you, Leon. Thank you, Aiden. Bye-bye.